Hey everybody, Yankee here. It seems I have some splainin to do, as Ricky Ricardo would say, for those of you old enough to remember Ricky Ricardo. I recently did a video where I talked about how the government loves to portray guns as the root of all evil, and if guns didn't exist, people wouldn't do bad things, but how that is completely untrue, and people do just as bad things without guns all the time, because guns are not the root of all evil, they're just a tool. And I decided I was going to do a little design portraying this while kind of making fun of it. And I came up with this design where it says, in a world without guns, a board with a nail in it becomes the root of all evil. And it seems it's confused some people. I've had people sending me emails and commenting on the picture saying, I don't get it. I usually get your designs. They're usually pretty straightforward. I don't get this one. Well, this one, I guess, is a little more symbolic than some others, a little more philosophical than some of the other ones, because most of mine are not very, let's say, intellectual at all. But what I'm saying in this graphic here is that if there were no guns, there'd be something else that the government and people in power would demonize. Because people would still do bad things and they would just demonize that thing. Instead of taking accountability for why people do bad things, the circumstances that cause that, and why they don't do anything to actually help with those situations and those circumstances, they would just demonize whatever tool people tended to use at the time. And some people, after I said that, would say, like, well, then why didn't you say knives and spears, or knives and, bow and arrows, or whatever, or fire even? And I'm like, well, I could have done that. And I actually thought about the, pointy sticks and rocks. But I settled for a board with a nail in it because of Kang and Kodos. It's an homage to The Simpsons. Matt Groening did a cartoon long ago where the people of The Simpsons got rid of all their guns. And then Kang and Kodos came down and conquered with slingshots. The famous line of, your superior technology is no match for our inferior weapons. But then eventually Mo Sislak fights back, and you see, Kang running from him like, he's got a board with a nail in it, because they took up weapons and fought back. So that's why I chose a board with a nail in it. It, like I said, an homage to The Simpsons. But the point of the actual design is to say that guns are just tools, and people in power love to blame the tools because that scapegoats them, or scapegoats the tool, and keeps them from having to do their jobs. And plus, they can use that demonization of the tool to try to remove your freedoms if it's something they don't want you to have. So that's all this is. It's saying that if guns didn't exist, politicians would scapegoat whatever the next tool it was that people use to commit crimes, instead of actually dealing with the reasons why they do these things and trying to make a better society. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't try to make a better society for everybody. They would just continue to do what they do, which means consolidate their power, ensure that they stay in power, and protect their billionaire masters. That's all they would do. They would just demonize something else as an excuse to do that. So I hope that clears up some things. And if you want this design on any of my products, got to throw the commercial in here at the end, go on over to my website. There's a link in the upper corner, and this is available on t-shirts, hats, mugs, stickers, magnets, etc. over there. So go on over and pick up the new design now that you understand what it means, or at least I hope you do.